Good afternoon, Muttonistas. It's been 3 days since City suffered a disappointing defeat after extra time and penalties to Real Madrid in the Champions League. No time to rest on our laurels though, because it's time for another Cockney Odyssey, this time for the FA Cup semi-final against Chelsea. Will City prevail, or will the tiredness tell and the season start unravelling? Join me for today's Matchday vlog. Okay, Muttonistas, you might have seen I was standing outside Bank Station. City of London is not somewhere you'll usually find me on my Cockney Odysseys. However, today I was told about a fantastic Indian beer and barbecue hall. It's close to impossible to get a table during the week because it's full of workers in the City of London, but I'm lucky at weekends it's not so bad and we have a table. I've heard great things about this place, and I overdid it a tad last night, having some beautiful London Black Porter at the Arch House in Bermondsey. Check out my little reel on my Instagram account if you want to know more about that. It really was on fire. Anyway, I'm not match fit yet, but this is exactly the sort of thing which will help me build up my fitness. Okay, the menus have come out and the drinks orders have been taken, and I've been a bit of a wimp here. I've just gone for a glass of red wine. We're going to have plenty of tandoori here because it seems it's what they special in, barbecued meat. But my friend Ravi, who is obviously completely and utterly match fit, has dived straight in with a stein of Cobra. And rather oddly, and they do have quite a good beer list here, they have pale ale, lagers and a load of bottled stuff. And if you get one of the draft beers, you have a choice of 2/3 of a pint, a stein or a 2.8 metre Tara. I'll wait until I've had a bit to eat before I start on the beer a bit later and bring you a bit of footy chat. That's nice. And if you happen to find yourself at this restaurant, the glass of wine I went for was the Syrah. Of the bottles, I reckon the best value in terms of price and quality is the American Zinfandel. And yes, I mean red Zinfandel, not white Zinfandel, which I wouldn't touch with a barge pole. Right, Muttonistas, the starters have arrived. I'm not actually sure this restaurant has that big a concept of starters and main courses, but we have goat's belly vindaloo samosas with an unidentified dip, and we have some South Indian fried seafood with I think it's a tomato chutney, it looks like it. And I was tipped off that these samosas, the goat belly vindaloo samosas, are the real deal. Oh yeah, flavoursome and properly spicy, as the name Vindaloo suggests. Very nice. It's not minced meat, it's actually like shredded goat, and goat is often called mutton in South Asia, and I'm glad to see a lot of it on the menu here because it has a bit more flavour than lamb in my opinion. Quick slurp and onto the seafood. Now, this isn't actually what I was expecting. I was expecting something to be dry fried, but with a little bit of sauce. But that doesn't mean it will taste anything other than splendiferous, Muttonistas. So what it actually is, it's like a Mediterranean style mixed fried fish dish, but with a masala batter, so it's a spicy batter.
Okay.
Bit of soft shell crab with a bit of chutney.
I saw you managed to get yourself down to Tonbridge Wells.
So the batter is light, but not overwhelmingly spicy. It's got just about the right amount, because with seafood, you don't want it Vindaloo style. And in case you're wondering, the difference between the two sauces or chutneys is the spice level. They're both tomato based. The tomato chutney with the seafood has more pronounced tomatoey flavours, but it's quite a mild one, whereas the Vindaloo goat's belly samosas are accompanied by a rather spicy chutney. Anyway, enough waffle, on to the mains.
We should, the first session, we had a good chit chat after.
Okay, Muttonistas, the food has not arrived yet. It's been a bit slow, so we're going to eat our main courses, but then go straight to the stadium. So I'll give you a brief prediction and resume of the game from the restaurant. Now, I think this is going to be another hard game. Chelsea's whole season rides on this game. They're fresh, we're not, and I think this is going to be another slog that goes to extra time. We've drawn with them twice this season. Their defence was pretty iffy at Stamford Bridge, but they did defend quite well at the Etihad. And Pochettino put Conor Gallagher man for man on Rodri and constantly harassed him throughout the game. I suspect we're going to see that again because it was a successful tactic. I'd be surprised if Erling Haaland played today, but Julian Alvarez, a very capable deputy, and I expect Stefan Ortega, given how well he deputised for Ederson, to keep his place. Certainly deserves it. Anyway, my prediction is a 2-1 win in extra time. So we are going to be very, very tired for our next game against Brighton on Thursday. Thankfully, 5 days to recover. Okay, Muttonistas, mains have arrived. Quick description because we need to get on with this. Goat or kid shoulder, curried potato and aubergine, half a rack of tandoori lamb chops, and a chari beef rib, or should I say a chari short rib. First of all, the kid, and it came with a small pot of gravy, and it's served on top of a small puree or fried bread. Oh yeah, nicely spicy, but bursting with flavour. I keep telling people, if you have the choice between goat or lamb at an Indian, I'd always go for the goat. Now the achari short rib, beef short rib, and when you see the name achari in Indian dishes, it means that pickle has been used in the cooking. That's melt-in-the-mouth stuff, and the other good thing is, in terms of the sauce, to go with this wonderful tender beef, they haven't overdone it with the pickles. A very, very slight hint of sharpness, but nothing more than that. Most restaurants I go to, which make achari or pickled dishes, we use way too much pickle. Quick slurp. Okay, nothing too exotic here. A lamb chop, a tandoori lamb chop. I could have gone for a half rack or a full rack, but I think we have enough food on the table. Oh yeah. So tender, so flavoursome, very, very nicely marinated. Oh yeah. I better have another slurp, I think. Now the aubergine and potato. Oh, that hits the spot as well. Nice, thick gravy, fresh vegetables, potatoes being cooked to the right point. I'm loving this Muttonistas. And of course we ordered a bread basket, some naan, some lacha paratha, and I think a roti. And for me, lacha paratha is my favourite Indian bread. Swirled with butter, flaky and delicious with tandoori meat. How do you find the food, Ravi?
I have to say, absolutely fantastic. I mean, the goat is so tender, the vegetables, just the right amount of spice, absolutely fabulous.
So there you are, from an Indian guy, so high praise indeed. We'd better get on with this, finish the meal and head to the stadium.
We're actually going to entirely, do you?
Right, Muttonistas, having to bring you the team news from the tube, and we are not far off being unchanged. As I predicted, Ortega comes in for Edison. Haaland doesn't play. I haven't seen whether he's on the bench yet. And Alvarez slots in up front. And in defence, Johnny Soanes, who came on for a few minutes as a substitute in extra time against Madrid, starts over Ruben Dias. Ake instead of Guardiola. So we're close to having a fully fit squad. I just hope Wednesday hasn't taken a big toll on us. And as for Chelsea, Trevor Chalobah, Cucurella, I've not seen them play that often recently, but I don't follow their defence that closely. Chelsea fans tell me, is this your regular defence? It looks as if there's been a bit of chopping and changing there. And of course, in their last league outing, Chelsea beat Everton 6-0. However, we are not Everton. Anyway, I'm now match fit after that excellent lunch. Come on, City. Well, no time for a pint just before the kick-off. I must admit I'd had plenty at the restaurant, and as always I do try and get here at the last minute, because what you get inside the ground, well, it's a bit better than you get at the Etihad, but it's also a bit more expensive. Talk about captive markets, yep, they've got that nailed on here. .23 in, game's being played at a very slow tempo. Quite unusual for an English game, and City do actually look a little bit leggy, so I'm a bit worried there. One decent chance when we robbed Chelsea of possession, and otherwise not a lot has happened at all. Niggly little fouls to break up the play, so, well, not the best game so far. Okay, Muttonistas, half-time, City 0, Chelsea 0, and before I get on to my two penn'orth analysis about the game, I've gone for a Camden Stout. The head is incredibly thin, looks a bit yellow. I think it's been standing around for a while, but okay, let's give it a try. It's actually better than I thought it would be. It's not got that much flavour, but it's not sour or manky either. Anyway, I'm not sure what was worse there. Was it the stout or was it the play in the first half? It was very, very sloppy. Passes being sprayed to the wrong places all the time. Final balls being played almost to the corner flag. And yes, City had that early chance when we robbed them from possession, but Chelsea had two big ones as well. Nico Jackson, one-on-one. Would the flag have gone up? I don't know. It didn't go up, but had he scored? I can't tell from that angle. That just came from a long ball from the keeper through the middle, so not everything is quite right there defensively. And then tame side foot to the keeper, again after we'd been sloppy in possession. Chelsea haven't been up to much either, it has to be said. They've given the ball back to us quite a few times, and it's got a bit of a feeling like after Wednesday, like after the Lord Mayor's show. Hope the second half's better, because I haven't got much to report and it wasn't very enjoyable. Come on City, do better in the second half. So 79 in, this is still a pretty grim watch. It's got a bit better since Doku came on, but it is for all the world looking like either a scruffy goal settling it or extra time and possibly penalties. Not a good watch. Go on. Go on. And there it came. It was a scruffy goal. Docker and De Bruyne working well. I think the keeper got a touch on De Bruyne's cross, and then Cucurella got a piece of Bernardo's shot. But who cares? 1-0. Right, Muttonistas, actually not too much to say about that game, but I am relieved that we've managed to get through to the final. So many players looking really, really leggy, and it's understandable. So any criticism I made during the game is probably a little bit harsh and a little bit unfair. Anyway, I am back at the Arch House, the home of Anspach and Hobday, and most importantly, London Black. They've installed a new 80% nitrogen dispensing system, and the stout, or the porter rather, is on fire at the moment. I came in yesterday and I actually started the 4-4 away vlog at Chelsea here, so maybe I'll stick to coming here afterwards if we're going to win games. Another creamer, another absolute creamer. It is absolutely worth a massive detour to come here, as is the case with me tonight. In fact, we have to be a little bit thankful that Chelsea were a little bit blunt in front of goal, and thankfully the best chance is falling to Nico Jackson, who, shall we say, is having a rather iffy season. We didn't have many clear chances ourselves, we were so laboured, and I'm not going to dwell on this for long, but the man who did have fresh legs was Jeremy Doku, and him coming on really freshened things up in attack. We managed to get behind them a couple of times when he came on, and that's indeed what happened there. Great ball over to De Bruyne, who slipped it across the goal. Keeper got a bit on it, and then when it fell to Bernardo, who was looking very weary, thankfully Cucurella got a bit on it as well, and it deflected into the goal. So a messy win, a scrappy win. I'll take that any day, and we look forward to probably playing United in the final. Anyway, Muttonistas, onwards and upwards. The treble might be over this season, but a domestic double is still very possible. My next game will be Brighton away. However, I'm not going to drink and I'm not going to vlog it because I've got very important meetings in London for the next few days after that, and I have to be really rather fresh for those. So I won't have too many football vlogs left for you this season. I'll probably go to Tottenham away, and I'll definitely go to West Ham at home. I can't even do Wolves at home. And of course the FA Cup final. I've got other interesting food and drink vlogs in the pipeline for you Muttonistas. So until then, as always, keep remembering to share, tell your friends all about me, keep subscribing, hit the bell button because it will tell you exactly when my latest video has come out. Remember also to keep liking, push me up the algorithm, but most of all, don't forget, you can't beat a bit of mutton.